Yeah, my name is Ivan Asiimwe, CPA, and I'm the General Secretary of Uganda Cooperative Alliance. Uganda Cooperative Alliance is the apex body for all registered cooperative societies in Uganda, established on the 17th of June, 1961. And our main role as Uganda Cooperative Alliance is capacity building. We provide capacity building to all types and forms of cooperatives, to all cooperators. And then number 2 is arbitration, that is section 142 of the Cooperative Societies Act, Cap 107, that require that in case of disputes in cooperatives, then the disputes can be referred to the Board of Uganda Cooperative Alliance. And subsection 5 of that section says that in the event that either parties fail to get an arbitrator, then on request of either party, the General Secretary of Uganda Cooperative Alliance shall appoint an arbitrator. Section 33 of the same law, Cap 107, says that the Board of Uganda Cooperative Alliance shall engage government on matters of policy relating to the cooperative movement. So in summary, UCA is a creature of the Act of Parliament, and it's the apex body because the law is clear that UCA shall be the apex body for all registered cooperative societies with that mandate. And in addition to our legal mandate, we mobilize resources for the cooperative movement. And that is why today we are even talking about the establishment of the Cooperative Bank, because it is within our mandate as Uganda Cooperative Alliance. Now, if I can just give a brief history of this bank. In 1964, when the cooperative movement was very strong, after the enactment of the 1952, which was based on the resolution of the committee, the Commission of Inquiry that had been established by the governor then, Andrew Cohen, whose government had been petitioned by the farmers. On the 11th of June 1952, the Commission of Inquiry came up with a report, and the report was able to highlight areas that needed to be improved in order for the cooperative movement to be strong. And based on that, the Cooperative Societies Act of 1946, which is actually the ordinance, was repealed, giving birth to the one of 1952. And then in 1952, the law catalyzed the growth of these cooperatives, to the extent that in 1964, because they were very strong, having formed the UCA in 1961, they formed the bank in 1964, and this bank was owned by primary cooperative societies and cooperative unions. So it was a very big bank, fully owned, controlled, used, and benefiting cooperators. And mainly what it was doing was providing financial products. Cooperatives would deposit in this bank, and the bank was literally not only providing services to the cooperators, but it was providing services to the general public, but owned by cooperatives. So there is a difference between ownership and then usage. So the bank was owned by cooperative unions. I think there were 46 primary societies and 35 cooperative unions that owned as shareholders. But the bank, the fact that it was a bank, it was providing financial services even to the non-cooperators, to the general public, and had branches across the country. So it would provide crop finance to the farmers. For example, the coffee farmers, before you harvest the coffee, but your child needs to go back to school, you would actually go to the bank, you get an advance, which was crop finance, and this money would be used either to offset some of your liabilities, to meet some of your financial obligations, or to even buy fertilizers and other inputs for agriculture. That's why it was called crop finance. It was also helping people to do aggregation, especially the cooperative unions. During the season, unions would go to the bank, get money, pay farmers, and then aggregate all the produce. And then this produce would come together through the coffee marketing board, the lint marketing board, the produce marketing board. That was the structure. So the bank was like the pivotal point of the economy. where everyone relied on in order for either farmers, call them transport, call them anything. For them, they were all rotating because a bank is like blood in a human being. So that is how it was operating until the 19th of May 1999, when it was actually closed. There are issues, there are theories and whatever surrounding the closure of this bank. We may not go deeper because we petitioned, as you see, and the cooperators, we petitioned Parliament, COSASE, and the report is there. It's a public document. But in summary, the bank closed on the 19th of May 1999 by Bank of Uganda. And Bank of Uganda gave reasons of undercapitalization. For them, they mentioned that because the bank was undercapitalized, that's why it was closed. So forgetting about that, the cooperators since then have really been yearning for the bank, based on the fact that this bank was actually a bank for the small holder, the small medium enterprises. They were the ones that were using this bank. This is a bank where you would go, you get credit. That credit, which credit would match with either the enterprise or the business. Take an example of coffee farmers. You'd go to the bank, get this money, and the loan would actually match with the gestation period of the coffee. Unlike today, where you go to a bank, you get money today, before you even clear your garden, next month you are supposed to start paying installments. So the question is this loan appropriate enough? So the bank was doing that. But it is unfortunate that it was closed. However, a lot has happened. Cooperators have been lamenting. The public has been lamenting. But we could not just close the eye and see everybody lamenting. That's why Uganda Cooperative Alliance kept on engaging government based on our mandate, Section 33 of the law. And I'm very happy with the government and His Excellency the President that based on the cries, based on the concerns of the cooperators, Cabinet approved the decision that there should be a cooperative bank. Even our law, during the enactment of our law, which is now CAP 107, they were very clear and inserted in a section, which is Section 49. Section 49 of the law, CAP 107, says that there shall be a cooperative bank, meaning it's a must. It's already in the law. And then that is Part A. Part B mentions that this bank shall be regulated and supervised by the central bank, which is Bank of Uganda. So whatever we are doing is in line with the law. So the law empowers us to have a bank, which is a cooperative bank. Cabinet in 2023 approved the decision that cooperators needed to have their bank. So based on that, we have a justification for us to move forward. So we have been moving, and I want to thank, of course, government and His Excellency, and then the Minister for Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Because when immediately Cabinet passed this resolution, the Minister came on the ground and appointed the steering committee, which is the National Cooperative Steering Committee. And the committee has been working tooth and nail in ensuring that we establish the bank. And this committee is chaired by Uganda Cooperative Alliance, and its membership is Wazalendo Sacco, Exodus Sacco, Walimu Cooperative Union, Uganda Central Cooperative Financial Services, Uganda Cooperative Savings and Credit Union, which is UKUSCU. So, and the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. So the steering committee, and I want to thank them because they have done a very good job in ensuring, because you see, starting a bank is not easy. But the committee has really done a lot in ensuring that we have each and every part joined together to have a bank. And then the committee has done nationwide consultations. We did consultations across the country because this is a bank which is supposed to serve the cooperators. This is a bank supposed to be owned by cooperators. So ideally, we needed the blessing, we needed the ideas generated from down. We call it uploading problems and then downloading solutions. So we had to use that methodology, which is the FACT methodology, the Farmer Advocacy Consultation Tool. We went on the ground, we consulted everybody. And very importantly, when we went to all the regions, because we went to Western Uganda in Mbarara, Midwest in Fort Portal, Northern in Gulu, Eastern in Mbale, Central in Kampala here. All the cooperators that were consulted, the answer is one, we want a cooperative bank. Number two, we are ready to capitalize this bank. Number three, we want the government having braced us to have a bank, the National Cooperative Bank, and having embedded it in the law. We want the government, when this bank is formed, consolidate all the resources that are scattered everywhere. The GROW project, the INVITE project in Ministry of Gender. Then you talk about the agricultural credit facility in Bank of Uganda. Talk about the Youth Livelihood Fund. Talk about the Women Entrepreneurship Fund and others, PDM and the Myoga. Cooperators across the country are requesting government that let all these resources be consolidated in one envelope called the National Cooperative Bank, such that even the lowest person downstream can actually access this money. So beyond that, we came and also held a national cooperative consultative meeting from 2024, 2023, and even September last year, and all of them are saying we need a bank at a national level. Then we consulted the other stakeholders, because like I mentioned, starting a bank is not easy. You need to consult everybody using a stakeholder matrix or analysis. So we also consulted the bankers, the academia, the funders, the development partners, the civil society organization, the elders, all of them were consulted. Very interestingly, they even want a bank more than the cooperators. You can imagine. So this is something very big for the country, where you find that everybody, irrespective of category, irrespective of age, irrespective of gender, everybody wants a cooperative bank, because they know what cooperative banks have done elsewhere outside Uganda, in Kenya, in Germany, in South Africa, in Tanzania, in France, in Korea, everywhere. Cooperative banks have been there to solve people's problems related to financing. So everybody embraced the idea. So having gotten all those ideas together, we now came and sat. We did some study. Now that the cooperators want a bank, what next? We did a study. And the study revealed to us that actually, yes, the idea is very good, but the question is, do you have the capacity? So, because when you are talking about the bank, you are talking about issues of human resource, the technical competencies, the financial muscle that you have, the minimum capital requirements, the capital adequacy ratios, all that, the infrastructure, the system, all that, do you have the capacity? And the answer has been no. Now that you don't have the capacity to start as a bank, given all those variables that I've mentioned, what next? Do we give up? No, we don't give up. A cooperator will never give up. A cooperator will always struggle until he or she succeeds. So we all agreed by consensus that we needed to form a Tier 4 institution in the name of the National Cooperative Savings and Credit Union. But we are on a journey. And this is a journey from Tier 4 to Tier 1. It's a journey. So why opt for Tier 4? It's because this is what we can manage for now. Because I want to tell everyone that to start a commercial bank, you need a minimum capital of 150 billion. That's the minimum capital requirement. And that is not all. That is only money for Bank of Uganda. That's what the central bank wants to see. Then you need also money to operate. you need human resource. You need these experienced and highly competent managers. So you need to pay. You need infrastructure. You need digital system. You need all that. So if you are to compound everything, then you find yourself beyond a billion, a trillion. So based on that, we agreed to have a tier 4, because for a tier 4, there are no parameters stipulated. Now from a tier 4, we shall going to, once we have the capital, we shall now migrate to an MDI, because an MDI currently, it needs a minimum requirement of 5 billion. And then from there, if we raise the required capital and whatever is needed, we shall now go to tier 1 as a commercial bank. So we are on a journey. And this, I want to inform everybody that where we have reached, we have already registered it. It's already registered. We have a certificate, and it shall be launched on the 18th of September 2025 by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda at Kororo Independence Grounds. I want to call upon everyone, all cooperators, young, old, men and women, you come and together we launch our bank. We shall be launching it under, we shall be having the National Cooperative Conference, and it is where we shall launch this bank. So everyone, wherever you are, you join us. Bring the money, because we have already, as we speak now, we have commitments worth 100 million plus. Already cooperatives have passed resolutions, because for you to be a member of this bank, you need a minimum of 10 shares, and each share is 100,000, that is 1 million. You need membership of 100,000, which is 1.1 million. So that is what is needed. You also need a board resolution allowing you, or resolving that so and so cooperative society wants to buy shares in the bank. That is all that is needed, and then you become a full shareholder, and then immediately we shall start operating. So after the launch, already the secretariat is established in UCA. We shall continue to operate as usual. I want to call upon everyone once again, you come and we launch our bank. You buy shares, you become a shareholder, do business with the bank, because together we will be stronger.